have the UTS 15 pump action shotgun. It features double mag tubes on the top for a capacity of 14 plus one in the chamber, so a total 15. This is supplied as part of their Wolverine supplies Roadshow. They're from Manitoba, so they sent me this gun for testing. Basically, the deal is that they send it to you with all the accessories. You do some tests, run at least 200 rounds through it, which was no problem. Went through way more than that. Put a detailed report or video and report on the forum Canadian Gun Nuts. Then you'll send it out to the next person. Some special notes: do not operate without the choke or barrel extension applied, and add some oil to the threads. Needs to be pumped vigorously because it's a bullpup. It's easy to short stroke, and I did find that a few times when I went a little too fast. I did short stroke it. And ensure barrel nut's very tight because it can cause ejection problem if it's not. It looks like a big gun, but it's not really, and it's pretty light actually, which is surprising, but I guess it does feature a lot of plastic parts. When shooting, I find the recoil to be really manageable, except with the 3-inch slugs maybe, or some of the heavier loads, because this butt pad's really thick. I found it pretty comfortable to shoulder and fire. These sights were pretty good for slugs and buck, and even shots. I couldn't really use it for skeet because of the sights, and they were torqued on very tightly. I tried it by force with my hand to remove them, but they weren't really going, so I decided to leave them alone. I fired mostly with a choke, just put the barrel extension on at the end because I thought there was an issue with it, but there isn't. To replace it, it's really easy, just unscrew it. Lots of threads on that. Add the extension. If you're going to keep it on, add some oil here. And now we have a longer barrel, if you so desire. This extension adds about 8 inches to the gun. Now the overall length is 39, whereas without it, it's about 31 inches. To load the gun, you open up tubes here, push the spring in, and then you can put shells in. Here's the spent one. You'd go in, push it in, repeat this process, and the last shell would just lay here on this. Once you release the door, you can hear that spring release. So that would give you 7 2 3/4 shells on each side. This is the selector, so this will alternate, I believe, from each tube. You can put it on one side, this will block that tube, and this side will block this tube. This is how you open the action if you want to have a look inside or some jams. Pretty simple. That's the bolt there. There's just a little magnet that keeps it, dust cover magnet, I guess, it's alright. To release the pump, you gotta either pull the trigger, or here's the mechanism on the bottom, and it will release it, and the trapdoor will spring open. It's definitely the most unique and cool shotgun I've ever fired or seen. I've never fired a Keltec KSG, but that's the most comparison that this one gets. This is a Gen 2 gun, so I think all the problems people were having to start have been ironed out. I didn't really have much problems with it. Here's some of the ammo I tested. Challenger loads, target loads. Winchester AA light target load. Winchester Super X high velocity steel shot. Winchester heavy game loads, number 4 shot, lead. I only had one issue with it, was with this shell. It would not extract out of chamber, and looks like, I don't know what happened, but the shell bulged, and it was just really jammed in there. You had to take it back to the bench, empty the magazine, which is kind of annoying, honestly, to empty the magazine, because you got to open this up and somehow push this round in from this end, and then one by one they would eject. Otherwise, it didn't want to. It was tough, actually, like, compared to other shotguns I've used. That'd be one criticism. Same as loading it on the go, if you wanted to. Like if you had, let's say, 3 shells left, you want to put a 4th one in. There's no really easy way to do it. You'd have to push the shell in that was in here from this side. You kind of hold your other hand here and push one in, and then keep going. It's not a smooth process, say, as with the 870, where you can load from the bottom almost at any time. That was one of the issues I ran into. Mostly, wasn't really much else. I think I had a few where I short stroked it and it didn't eject the shell, and then put one in. I got some other videos that will show that. But this was the major problem. I don't know. The bolt didn't close fully before I pulled the trigger. I'm not sure what happened. If it's a bad shell. Anyway, I got it out by forcefully giving it a good smack and it came out, but that was an issue. So that was with these. So fired some reloaded slugs, Lee 1 ounce slugs. Here's the data. 33 grains of HS6. Did really well with those. Also, some reloaded buckshot. 15 grains 700X, 800 buck pellets, lead. And, well, I fired also these gun club shells through it. I don't have the box, but the original one's not reloaded. And also some of these guys. Sluggers, 3-inch, 1875 feet per second. I thought they were going to be painful, but they went pretty well, actually. Didn't hurt, probably because it's butt pad. I think the heaviest loads that felt the most were these, the heavy game loads. Okay, so what else to say about this gun? These sights are pretty good. They seem pretty solid. They're adjustable. Both the front is for elevation and the rear for windage through this knob. Some weird thing came in the case too. Not sure whether this is a tool for something. Probably. Not too sure. Let's move these shells out of the way. And show you a quick disassembly of it. Of course it's empty and safe. What you're going to want to do is unscrew this barrel nut here. Right. This whole assembly should just lift out now. Out. Forward and up, I guess it goes. And now the bolt, the pump mechanism, and that's it. That's your basic field strip right there. It's not much to it. As you can see, it's just a simple linkage to the trigger mechanism. So that's what allows this to be a bullpup shotgun. Pretty easily they could have had this as a normal shotgun, put the grip back here, made a longer stock, and it'd be a normal shotgun. So this bullpup design looks pretty simple to me. And of course the safety is just here, much like an AR safety, just blocks the bar from moving. And I did not disassemble this any further. Kind of seemed complicated, but I'm sure I can figure it out. Just don't see any need, and Wolverine said there's probably no need to take it apart further, so I'm not going to go there. This of course comes off. That's pretty much it, the 5 parts of it. And this assembly, just, you can clean it like that, the barrel and the mag tubes if you wanted. Gun has a little bit of soot from shooting. Okay, let's try to put it back together. In reverse. And again, if this wasn't bullpup, these bars wouldn't be as long, they'd be much shorter. There we go. Leave the pump mechanism about halfway forward, slide it on fully, close this, put the barrel nut on. Make sure this is tight. Okay, so that's the UTS 15. Again, from Wolverine Supplies. I'd like to thank them very much for sending it to me. I really enjoyed testing it.